Hello and welcome to this season of Lent, which we are just about to begin. Thought I'd try something different this Lent. Rather than reflect on the Gospel readings, I'm going to take a look at the principal characters in the Old Testament readings, particularly as they form part of the growing covenant with God and leading up to the covenant with Christ at the end of Lent in the culmination of Easter. So we'll start off today with Noah. God establishes his renewed covenant with Noah and his family after the failure of the original covenant with the couple Adam and Eve and their sons Cain and Abel and Seth. In the light of the great wickedness of humanity, the Creator has just expressed the pain of his creation of mankind has caused him. Now, however, we are told that one man, Noah, has found favour in God's eyes. It won't stop God from carrying out his plan to destroy so much of his creation. It certainly won't mean that Noah's life will be perfect or easy or painless. However, it will mean that humanity will continue. The end of civilization will be followed by a new beginning. Noah will carry on the survival of the human race. God begins revealing his plan to Noah, and we can only assume it must have been devastating for Noah to hear. As a righteous, blameless man who walked with God, Noah would have likely agreed that the earth was filled with violence because of the sinfulness of humanity. The idea of the whole human world being killed would have been terrifying for him. God launches his special instructions to Noah, describing exactly how he was to build the ark. Strictly speaking, God does not tell Noah to build a boat, he tells Noah to build an ark. In the reference to the ark built by Noah, there is no mention of sails or oars or a rudder. This craft is meant to float, not travel. God reveals how he will destroy all life. God will bring a killing flood to wipe out everything that breathes. In the beginning, God transformed the earth by bringing the land and animals out of the water. In the flood, he will send the earth, at least symbolically, back into the state it was prior to man's creation. God will demonstrate his grace by saving one human family and 2 of every animal so that created life can continue. God uses a word which will become important for God's people forever: covenant. This term implies more than just a simple contract or an agreement. It establishes the idea of a pledge or a promise. God says that he will establish his covenant with Noah. A covenant is very solemn. It's a serious obligation. If Noah cannot place his trust in a covenant from God, he can't place his trust in anything. God has given Noah a colossal set of tasks. He is set to build a container longer than a football field and taller than a 4-story building. He is to make room inside for pairs of every kind of insect and animal. He is to prepare food for his family and these animals. And the reason for this is so that inside the ark they can survive God's up-and-coming judgment on a wicked human race. A catastrophic flood of water. Noah had 1 week to get everything inside the ark, which will be needed during the wrath of God. Everything left outside, including the rest of the human race, would be utterly destroyed. His righteous obedience was evidence of that faith. After nearly a year shut in the ark with no awareness of the outside world, this bit of leaf in a bird's beak proved that life was happening outside. It was the first visual evidence that land would once again support them after the destruction of the flood. It is finally time to leave the ark. The purpose of the ark was simply to preserve Noah and his family and the animals for this moment. Now God intends them to begin humanity all over again. Noah's first recorded act after leaving the ark is one of worship. He builds an altar to the Lord and offers sacrifices on it. This is the first time the scripture refers to the building of an altar to God. His act of worship to God reveals that Noah continued to be faithful to God even after the flood. Noah proves that he is motivated by his allegiance to God. As far as Noah is concerned, the new world remade by the flood will be built on a foundation of obedience and submission to the Creator. God is about to explain his part of the covenant. He has made humanity through Noah and all his sons. God reveals his covenant to all 4 men, not just to Noah, the patriarch. This will be a covenant with all the peoples of the earth to follow from these 4 men, which is a covenant with all the peoples of the world to live since that day. Specifically, God will promise never again to destroy all life on earth with a flood. And as a sign of this promise, God provides the rainbow. Covenants and agreements are often remembered using some kind of visual sign or symbol. The rainbow evokes the idea of a warrior setting his weapon aside once the battle is over and the time has come for peace. God bless you.